So the topic of today's video is one that I think is extremely important in any outfit. If your pants have belt loops, you should be wearing a belt. It can add texture, it can add shape, it can just divide the top block from the bottom block. Extremely useful accessory in terms of fashion. Howdy y'all, I hope you guys are all doing well, I hope you guys are safe, and I hope you guys are healthy. My name is Josh and I absolutely love clothing and personal style. So if you're into that type of content, feel free to subscribe to me here on YouTube as well as follow me on Instagram at @wears_Galdo. Alright, I got two belts to show you guys today. Really excited to add them into the wardrobe. I've shown off belts on the channel before, but these are going to be a little bit more Western inspired. I don't know if you could tell by the Western shirt, but I've been kind of leaning more into a Western aesthetic as of late, mixing kind of dark wear with Western-ish, and I'm really excited to have these in because these kind of encompass exactly what I want to emulate with my style. I don't want to yap your ear off too much. I'm probably gonna do that in the rest of the video, but this is going to be the first belt from Terencesleather. I don't know if you recognize the name, but I have shown their products on this channel in the past, and I'm really happy to continue to support them. This is going to be the Cobra belt, and as you can see, the snakeskin is absolutely poppin'. The texture is gorgeous, and it is just something that I think is so special, something that I really don't have in my wardrobe. It is a loud pattern, but I think that this could be a nice daily belt. It's personalized with TSL for Joshua Galdo, which I think is just so cool to have that little personal touch. It is that snakeskin on top. It feels so good, and the backing, because snakeskin is so thin, is going to be horsehide leather, so it is very sturdy, robust, and will hold up for quite a long time. And the more I look at this belt, the more details that I find. Obviously, we have this like nickel or silver colored buckle. We have a button on the back to change out the buckle if I wanted to. We have these stitch lines here. It's going to kind of, basically, I'm sure this was like to connect pieces of leather or something like that, but it does give a really nice little detail and a break in the snake texture. And then towards the bottom here, we have the belt holes. Now, this kind of looks really interesting in terms of like coloration, and I do really love how the dye kind of bleeds on to the snakeskin. It looks really cool. It looks like burn holes. Just a really cool texture to add to an already really nicely textured item. I know some people might have a couple of hang-ups of buying new leather, especially exotic leather. However, I just want to continuously support someone that I consider a friend and his small business, and the product that he puts out is absolutely worth the prices that he charges. I know getting like a snakeskin anything from any luxury brand or any other brand can get remarkably expensive, but thankfully I can get this personalized by someone that I know, and I think that you guys should check them out. Terencesleather. Oh, geez, almost forgot actually. There is an accessory that came with this belt. So when Terence gets the hide, he gets like basically the whole hide, and there is a piece that he made out of the head of the snake. I know some people might be a little bothered by this one, but this is basically the head of the snake that made my belt, made into a little clip. This clip has a bottle opener, which is a nice little utility aspect to it, but when I wear this belt and have this on like my belt loop, it looks like I'm wearing the entirety of the snake. It looks so cool. I really like the look. Some people might be caught up that wearing the head of an animal is a little strange, but I think it's dope personally. Terence, if you happen to catch this video, you did a wonderful job, and I am so very happy with the results. Next belt is going to be from a brand that I feel like a lot of you guys have heard of, Double RL. Double RL is going to be like the vintage / Western inspired stuff that Ralph Lauren makes. It is pretty high quality, but it does come at a really high price tag. But this is the belt that I got from them. I went to my local Ralph Lauren store that carried Double RL at the Forum Shops at Caesar's Palace, saw this belt, and I was like, this is so beautiful. Really want it. Initially I wanted it in black, like if this was the same exact belt but black. I think I'd like it maybe a little bit more, but honestly I think the brown fits the Western vibe a little bit better. The buckle is this like dark tone brass. I'm not usually a brass or gold tone type of person, but I think it's fitting for a brown belt personally. And we have branding on the underside of the belt here. I got a size 36. When it comes to sizing in belts, I usually get 2, 3, like 4 sizes a little bit bigger than my normal waist, just so that I can make sure I can still wear it if I gain a little bit of weight. But double RL, like bejeweled belt. Really cool embellishments. I like how the rhinestones that exist are all different colors, and I do like how some of the studs, where are they? Some of them are like kind of distressed studs. And even on the end of the belt, you still even have that embellishment here too. It is a really, really nice belt. It did cost a pretty penny. Retail was $400. I caught a sale, so I paid less than that, but really cool belt. And I know a general rule of thumb for a lot of menswear people are gonna say that match your belt color to the color of your shoes if they're leather, but honestly, I don't really pay attention to that rule. I usually wear all black leather shoes, and I'm going to continue to do so. I think a good all black fit would look really great with this belt kind of like interrupting that and separating the top block from the bottom block. Now, bringing the two belts into the frame, if I were to compare the two, I would definitely say that quality-wise, I honestly think Terence's quality is a little bit better, but that's because he's using horsehide leather to back the snakeskin, and that leather is brand new. It's not like worn in. It's really, really stiff and really just robust, whereas the double RL belt is really bendy and basically like pre-worn in, and I'm gonna assume that they use cow leather for the double RL belt, and horsehide is noticeably thicker, and just it doesn't even bend when I press on it. It just kind of keeps its shape, whereas the double RL belt will literally just kind of bend to my touch. So I wanted to touch on something that I had mentioned earlier by separating the top block from the bottom block. I think this is super important in creating a really dynamic outfit, even like making a really simple outfit super dynamic, where if you were just to wear a belt and it's just t-shirt, jeans, belt, if your shirt is covering the belt, then it is kind of like just t-shirt into jeans. Since I wear all black, it just looks like one kind of like uniform color or whatever. But if you end up wearing it and kind of using your shirt by like tucking it in or doing a French tuck, it ends up separating and making that outfit look a little bit more nuanced when you try to show off the belt a little bit. And that's why I really like these textures and these embellishments on these belts, because it'll add flavor to a boring outfit. Now, there are 3 ways that you can kind of display your belt when you're wearing it. First one's the easiest one. If you wear a cropped shirt, like a little bit more cropped than you're used to, then naturally your belt is gonna kind of show. If you're into that type of thing, I have a friend who wears crop shirts all the time, and it ends up looking super good when he has like a nice belt on. You could also do a full tuck, which is kind of like, you know, tuck in your shirt to your pants, like no brainer there. And then there's also the French tuck, where you kind of only tuck the front of the pant and not the back. And that does show the belt like buckle area and a little bit of the detail of the leather. And all of those ways are really, really great ways to display your belt and really kind of break up the outfit into certain segments, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. Apologies if you hear a little bit of background noise. The landscapers are outside my apartment doing their thing, but that in a nutshell is basically all I wanted to talk about in this video. But I do really want to know, what are your guys' go-to belts? I'm really interested in what people use on the daily and something that they really don't have to think about. Are they exotic and different, or are they something that is just like super plain and just everyday type of thing? But yeah, put that in the comments down below or DM it to me on Instagram. I appreciate your guys' time, and shout out Terencesleather. Wonderful products. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.